Okay. Uh,
All right, thank you.
Thank you too. And now we are back in the presentation.
Okay, I'm switching off my video so that my bandwidth. Okay, so this is Oyo town. If you look closely, you see that it's a bit of a rural town. There are really no fences between houses. Uh, it's a very large community of buildings all side by side. I'm not sure there are any fences at all, or if there are, there are very few. Um, and it's a very very ancient town. I've lived in two very ancient towns in Nigeria before I came to Abuja. Yeah, so let's move to the next city, Ibadan.
Yes. By the way, the no fences thing is the opposite in Ankara, in which we have fences everywhere, concrete fences, metal fences. We are
Mm,
defined with fences, and I believe that creates a division in the city. So, Oyo
mm.
town not having fences, I believe, is showing that the people there are connected.
Yeah, there. I think you're right. But when you come to Abuja, a lot of fences everywhere.
Ah, okay.
Fences, fences, fences, fences, fences. You're right. Ibadan, this is Ibadan. You can see the old ancient town again, old brown roofs. In fact, there's a very famous poem uh, that is written about this city because of the brown roofs. Again, a very organically grown town. It was a colonial British center for administration for the western region of Nigeria, and also has a very long history. It's a city of seven hills, and
Hmm.
if you stand on top of the tallest hill, you can see 360 degrees all the way around the city. One of the pictures I sent is from the top of this top of that mountain, and again, when I grew up in Ibadan, initially there weren't too many fences, or there were short fences, but now the fences have grown taller. And okay, look at that. You can see that the old city is close to you. This is from the top of the hill, that tallest hill. Then the new city is at the back as it expanded. So this is the old city with the old buildings. Um, and then that's the new city at the back. You can see all streets. So this was a city known for warriors. Uh,
Hmm.
they were warriors by nature. They used to hide in the mountains, um, and if you're coming from a distance, they will see the birds flying. They know that you're coming from that. So it was very difficult to get to them. And I feel that even till today, when there are demonstrations in this country, for example, political demonstrations, uh, this city is one of the first to start the fight,
Mhm.
always,
Mhm. But
even till today.
that spirit is continuing to live.
It's continuing. Kerem. I remember when I was young, after I finished from university, I was working in a pharmaceutical firm. I have seen in the middle of the night, I see boys, men, coming to the street. They will come chatting, they will discuss, then they'll come because they want to settle a score. Then they in their blood kind of warriors. So, but this is a very ancient city as well, and it has a very long history. Unlike Abuja, which is only about 35, 40 years old maximum, these are running into hundreds and hundreds or thousands of years of history. So yeah, so this is Ibadan. I spent the largest amount of my time in Nigeria here, 28 years,
Wow.
almost 30 years. Yeah, this is where most of my life was spent. And this is where I practice I really blossomed with my art. This is where I started a gallery. I had a community of artists. I got a scholarship to university to study the business of art because of the work I had done among the
This
artists to promote
this
them.
photo, this picture seems like your picture.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Interesting.
Uh,
Okay.
Different levels and layers, lines.
Okay.
On
Okay.
top.
And patterns, right? Small
Uh,
patterns. Yeah. You're
yes,
right.
if you the city silhouettes, it seems like your paint.
You're right. You have a point. I agree. I agree. I agree. Like little patterns, um, abstract patterns. If you look at it from a distance, you're right. So, but it's a city of hills, very ancient town, very old town.
Yeah.
Uh, but the more modern parts are outside, where
Mhm.
where you have the first university college hospital for the whole of West Africa was built here. The first television station, the first sports stadium, the first university, the first of so many things. The first television station, the first stadium, first university. There's so many firsts in this town. It's an old city with so many firsts. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so should I move to the last one now? Abuja.
I think you drove what you saw actually in
Mm.
yes mind background.
It's not
I
creating from nothing, but it's creating from what he saw.
Yes, yes.
Yes. In fact, what you're saying has suddenly brought my
But
mind to
you
something.
don't. It's about feelings.
Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So this is Abuja, Nigeria. You can see that there is if you look closely, you see like a circle in the center, right? Like,
Yes, yes.
can you see? Aha. So if you go left, you see that the circle, the roads go all the way down, down, down, right?
Mm.
Okay, if you keep, go down to the left,
Like an eye.
like an eye, exactly. But it's like a head of a human being. And see where your red light, where your red pointer is now?
Here.
Can you see where, yeah? That this road goes all the way to the south of the country. Exactly. It keeps going all the way to the south of the country. So
Oh.
when
Mm.
you come from the south of the country, this is the main road. It comes like this and it goes like in a circle.
So
So when you come into the city of Abuja, you come
Mhm.
and then the road goes into a circle, and around the circle is where you have the president, the secretary, the parliament, exactly all um, the parliament, um, um, the presidential villa,
Yeah.
all that is around this.
Defines the center, city center.
Exactly,
Defines
that's the
the
center.
center.
That's the city center. Exactly. That's the city center. So around that circle is where you have all the government offices.
Mhm.
Everything is in that. That's the central. It's called the central area. And then the city was designed by the Japanese.
ah.
So you
Mm.
have that. The, yeah, it was designed by the Japanese. So you have
Interesting.
that circle.
Yes.
Yes, it was designed by the Japanese. It's very different from Lagos. That's the old capital. This is the
Mhm.
new capital. This city is only about maybe 35 years old. Everything you see here was just a forest before, but everything was built in about 40 years, 40 years. But in terms
Very
of
short time.
active, maybe 20, 25 years. Um, but all the big people in the country, whether they are politicians, whether
Mhm.
they are in industry, whether they are in whatever, they have property here.
Mhm.
So
But it's a new
every
city.
government, It's a new city,
Yes.
and it has the best road infrastructure. It
Mhm.
has I think it's the most beautiful city in terms of green combined with infrastructure, and it is the most peaceful place because all whether it is the ruling party or the opposition party, everybody has their property here. So because they have their property here, whichever party comes into power looks after the city because it is this is where they are. So it's not an industrial town. It's just like Ankara. It's an administrative city. Lagos is
Mhm.
the industrial city, the commercial city. So
Mm,
there's the social life is very small compared to Lagos. Lagos is at another level,
So it's
just
also
like
similar
Istanbul,
to, yes,
Ankara.
Istanbul and Ankara. Uh,
Exactly, it's exactly like that.
uh,
But I like Abuja because it's peaceful.
yes, it offers that kind of a style because it's where the so it's maybe it's a similar culture for administration in both in Ankara and Abuja, where the personnel of the administration uh, once
Yes,
uh, once uh, chill environment, once
yeah,
a quiet environment. Uh, so, but also you said like all the powerful people, almost like any
yeah,
person who holds a lot of value in the society
yes,
has a place here. So it's also a place where everyone kind of comes to uh, be
yes,
yes.
yes. Very true. Very, very true. Can you see that green area? Can you see
Yes.
that? Yeah, that green. So that green area is a protected forest.
Ah,
Uh, yeah, and if you look to the extreme right, you can see the
They
mountains, right?
especially protect the green.
Protected. You can't hunt. You can't cut down trees.
No.
You can't cut down trees. You can't
was it
hunt there.
what
It's
It's a special area for
yes, yes. It's a special area. You can't build even if you're a very powerful person. You can't get land to build there.
Mhm.
It's a government property. I
Mhm.
think it's more like it's like a conservatory. It's like a conservatory.
was the
But
past of
there are even
Abuja full of these forests
yes.
before
So
people come? Yeah.
yes, it is. In fact, 95% or more than 95% of the people in Abuja are not from Abuja.
Oh,
They were not the original indigens. They displaced them 30, 40 years ago. Those people are now in the
Oh.
outskirts or just scattered in little pockets here and there. All these people came from all over Nigeria.
Mm.
okay.
They
Uh,
came from all over.
like Sharm el Sheikh in Egypt. It's a new
Mm,
city like
Yes,
Abuja. Yes.
mm, mm.
they are creating a new capital with
Yes.
administrative
Exactly.
For tourists and local people gelemiyor içeri. Onu söylesene. Sadece çalışma izni olanlar
the
girebiliyor.
tourists and the local people, the tourists cannot come to the newly built capital in Egypt. Only the people who have a working permit can enter. But I don't I think
Interesting.
yes, it's different than Abuja, right? Like Abuja, anyone can come.
Hı.
Yeah, Abuja, anyone can come.
Ha,
Interesting.
okay.
Yes.
Anyone can come. Anyone can come. But like you said, it is not so much a tourist center.
Hmm.
There's no way you can compare it to Lagos. But it is such a
These
peaceful.
kind of cities built for tourists, and I think.
Yeah, it is because it has a lot of places to see, and
Yes.
It's a very peaceful place, more
Mhm.
enough. But because it's an administrative capital, people don't know that this place has and people in Abuja are not loud like the ones in Lagos. The ones in Lagos are very loud.
Mm.
They talk about everything they do. They're very vibrant. They are very they're very outgoing. But the ones here, and okay, the other thing is that there's a very large Muslim population here.
Mm.
Um, the one in Lagos should be about 75% Christian and 25% Muslim. But Abuja should be about 50% Christian, 50% Muslim, or maybe even more Muslim. So, the
Yes.
Muslims have a more modest culture. They're not as noisy as the Christians. So I
Yes.
think that's part of it. I think that
Yes.
contributes it. Yeah. So yeah, so this city is where I am right now.
Mm.
And okay, this is part of the city. This is one of the buildings in the center. I mean, there's so many buildings, a beautiful building, but I just took this show that is very different from um, different from other places in
Yes.
Nigeria.
Mm.
And yes, is that the only picture I have? Any other picture of Abuja?
We have one more if it came to the screen.
So you can see that even with the roads, there's always even with the roads, you can see there's adequate clearance. There's adequate clearance on the sides
Uh-huh.
Yes.
that in the city center they don't let you cannot set up kiosks. You can't just set up any shops anywhere, anyhow. You cannot. They would come and remove everything. Um, and most of the roads are 6 lane or 10 lane roads. They're very big roads,
Mm.
and there's still a lot of clearance on all sides. So it's a very the city you can breathe. You know what I mean?
Yes.
You're not clustered. Um, yeah, it's not clustered, but it's a new city. Everything is just maybe 30, 40 years old maximum. Most of them are 20 years old,
Really short time period.
and very short time, and a whole lot of development. It's the fastest growing city.
Yes.
It's the fastest growing city. Yeah, it's the fastest growing city in Africa. In Africa or in West Africa, I don't know. So this is Abuja. I don't know which part of Abuja this is, but
This
uh,
was like a residential
okay,
texture coming
I know
together
where
with
it is.
the
I know.
yes.
I know where it is. I know where it is. I'm so used to the city that even by just showing me an aerial picture. So this, if you look to the extreme right, if you look to the extreme right, all right,
Mhm.
good, where your arrow is, now, you see that circle?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, that circle is an event center. It's for
Mm.
events, conferences.
Hmm.
So it's an event called the this day dome. Then
This
if
they
you
do.
come to the left, yeah, this they do. If you come to the left of that, yeah, exactly, that tall skyscraper that they're building is the new headquarters of the Inland Revenue Service, the tax office of the
Mhm.
country.
Hmm.
That's a
Different
new
levels and
office.
different shapes.
Yeah.
Exactly. This now you said that Denise is very interesting. You said that that building was designed by the French, a
Mm.
French company, but when they were about three-quarters way up, the Nigerian currency fell, uh, dropped by almost 200% to the dollar. So they couldn't agree on finishing it, and the Chinese came in.
Mm.
So the Chinese are now finishing a French design building.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's a French design, but being finished by the Chinese now.
Aa,
That pattern somehow seems very uh, similar in what's been happening in general Africa, where all
Hmm.
these French or German,
üç farklı kültürün karmaşıklığı şu an. Onu İngilizce çeviremiyorum sadece.
uh, the cultural complexity of three different countries, she's saying.
Yes.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
so
You're right.
what I observe in general Africa is the French and German uh, going back, moving away,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
China, Turkey, and Russia. These three countries are coming and starting to make agreements and deals and projects together. So when that building by itself kind of, I think, symbolizes what's been happening in the broader vision of Africa.
Yes.
Very
Yes.
true. Very, very, very true. So you have the Chinese, you have the Turks, and you have the Indians.
Indians. Oh, okay.
The Indians, the Indians are the other ones. But the
Aa,
Turkish, the Turkish are strongest in Abuja. The Indians are strongest in Lagos, and the
Hmm.
Chinese are in both places.
aa.
Interesting.
Different area. Yes.
Yes, this has a very large Muslim population, so
Hmm.
they work more with the Turkish,
Yes, they feel closer culturally.
closer to the culturally, exactly. So very strong cultural narratives here. What did I want to say? Most of the top interior decor firms that bring in interior decor are from Turkey. They are literally taking them, and the Chinese are in a competition in this city for the interior decor market of the high end.
Okay, there's a competition
Yes, so the
As
Turks will
always.
open their own.
As always.
as
Yes,
always.
always. The Turks will take over this big building, 5 stories of furniture. The Chinese will come and put one next to them, another 5 stories. The Chinese will go and produce one there. The Turks will go and put their own beside them. Everywhere, everywhere.
Well, how about the relationship between them? Is it like a friendly competition or is it a fierce competition?
No, no, no. Very friendly competition. But
Okay,
they're
very
both
friendly.
fierce.
But
They
Yes,
are both
but
fierce. But
Turk says we are here.
we are here.
yes, you know, I'm happy that we have this competition so that it's not just one party that is running everything. We have options, and and the Turkish have even started coming with the restaurants now, where the Chinese don't have.
So
Chinese don't
that's
have
a
restaurants.
that's a new
The China,
door. Yes.
yes, the Abuja people prefer the Turkish restaurants to the Chinese restaurants, but the Lagos people prefer the Chinese restaurants and the Indian restaurants
Oh, so the Lagos culture sided with the Chinese foods.
Yes.
and the Indians. And then the perfume companies and the body care products are very strong from Turkey in Abuja because even the scents, because they are used in the Muslim world, there are certain scents that are common to the Muslim world
Yes, yes.
that are different from. So the ones in Abuja are dominated by the Turks, but the
Yes.
ones in Lagos in Lagos you have the Americans and the British and all those other ones. So another thing I want to show here was, Kerem, can you take your pointer, your arrow to the left of, okay, no, no, to the left of the building we were talking about. Okay, that street where you're on. No, no, you're on the street. That street, yeah. On both sides are hotels.
Aa,
Wow.
They are all hotels. They're all for business travelers. Abuja hotels are 90% occupied by business travelers, not tourists. at least 5 6 years ago, there were over 1,000 hotels in this city,
Wow.
and they're still opening every day because of the business travelers.
By the way, business tourism is also a topic of its own. For
True.
example, Ankara is not really a touristic place, but it is a business
Hmm.
touristic place.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so
All right. You're right.
tourism can also,
Ankara, Eskişehir,
yes,
like, yes.
yes,
Yeah.
Eskişehir does have classic tourism more than
Hmm.
Ankara
Hmm.
in percentage.
Okay.
Uh, but
Okay.
so that's the administrative spirit of Abuja representing itself through
Yes.
the hotels.
Exactly. So if you move the arrow to the left of that road now, okay, okay, you see the green area? Okay, that's a golf course on that side. Yeah, that's a golf course there. Yeah, that's a golf course, a mini golf course and a
Mm.
small resort. And on this side, also the green areas are many relaxation spots and little entertainment spaces, restaurants all around this place.
So
Then
this is
if you
na
come to the
yes.
extreme, yeah, all
This
these
is yes.
places are, yeah. Then if you come to the left, extreme left bottom, yeah, where's your arrow? All these are residential and commercial areas mixed together. And
Hmm.
also on top of that, residential and commercial mixed together.
It's a complex.
Yes,
Uh,
Okay.
both residential and commercial together.
Okay.
So one house could be residential, the next one is a restaurant, the next one is a fashion boutique, the next one is a residential house. So
Yeah.
it's 50-50.
how is the balance? Is it balanced out good? By good, I mean, does it create healthy social relationships?
Yes, because this particular area is there's a lot of social life here, and this is highbrow. These are expensive areas in the city. Um, they're expensive areas in the city, and then a lot of the clubs and the restaurants and things are around here. Some of the top ones. So yeah, I mean we don't have security issues here. There are no problems of them getting along properly. There are always things they sort themselves out with. Um, I think uh, I think just like in any country, the Nigerians when they build as well, those things gradually, and if there are problems, they'll sort it out.
Uh, your voice disconnected for a short time period.
Yeah. So just a second, please.
Yes.
My, you don't mind. Um,
Yine Afrika ülkelerinin genelinde bu başlamış. Yeni şehirler yapıyorlar. Sadece turistler için.
Hmm.
Ve işte oraya sadece yerel halktan çalışma izni olanlar girebiliyor. Mısır'da
Afrika'da.
da öyle şehirler vardı. Aynen Mısır da hani Afrika kıtası.
Bizim seninle Mısır gezisi bir konuşmamız lazım. Ben şimdi
Onu
gideceğim.
konuşuruz.
Gitmeden önce bana böyle harita üzerinden her şeyi anlatacaksın.
Tamam, okey.
Okey.
hello. Uh,
Hello.
it's the people that I'm supposed to see. They're close to me. They're trying to call me and call me. Um,
Uh,
the parents that are coming with their daughter.
we also have left 2 minutes left
Hello,
for
can you?
the Zoom session to end. If you have another event, we can also finish it, shortly.
Okay, Or should we pick up later? Because I still want to hear you when you're talking about that, your own project.
Uh, I can at least mention it if you have 1 minute and 12 seconds, and we can
Sure, sure, sure, sure,
I
sure,
can explain it later.
sure,
So I will go back
sure,
to the
sure.
Abuja general view. Uh,
Okay.
this area is the map visible on the screen. So, okay, this place is where the new project is taking place, and it's a project that is being made by our company and another our company which is international, and so this is going to be the Abuja State Hospital.
Hastane projesini anlatıyorsun dedim.
Yes, and it's interesting to me because it's a very big hospital being built in the center of Abuja, and I don't know if people know. I don't know if there are any Nigerian architects working in the project. So